So the other day I did a test to try out this voltage reference here. And one of the things that was part of the test was to look at the noise coming out of it. And it got me thinking that I was just wondering what the kind of the base background noise I have, or the minimum level I can achieve with this inexpensive oscilloscope setup that I have here, which relies upon the Digilent Electronics Explorer board, which doesn't have any kind of fancy scope probes. Just uses bare wires to feed the output into the scope inputs there, and then also it's powered by a wall wart, and that can bring some noise into the system itself. So I thought I'd try and minimize the noise and see what the absolute minimum I could achieve with this setup is. So I'm actually powering the Electronics Explorer from a battery rather than from the wall wart. So that's one source of noise eliminated with a nice quiet power source, battery. And right at this moment, I've got nothing into the scope inputs at all. So this is kind of a bare minimum noise level. And yeah, it's about plus or minus 5 millivolts. This has been running for a while, and the persistent view of the scope is in the bottom there. Showing most of the noise in the deep dark red there is probably plus or minus 2 or 3 millivolts, and with some spikes reaching plus or minus 5. That's what that looks like. And then if I take this kind of twisted pair set of what's the equivalent of the scope probes, best that you can achieve with this particular device. No fancy scope probes. And I plug that in. And these are just shorted out together. We're going to have a look at that on the scope. I'll just restart it. There we go. So those wires are picking up a little bit more noise. So we're spiking to plus or minus 8, maybe 9, 10 millivolts, plus or minus 10, call it, in some of those peaks. Once again, most of the noise in the dark red is probably plus or minus 3 millivolts, something like that, with spikes that go a little bit higher, close to plus or minus 10 millivolts. So that's the background noise that can be achieved with just running this thing off a battery. And now let me try it with wall power. So I'll shut this off. Shut off the board. Disconnect it. Okay, I'm just reconnecting it to wall power. And let's reconnect it to the computer. Turn it back on. Okay, we're reconnected, and run it again. Here we go. Yeah, so we're picking up more noise because of the power from the wall wart. And now we're running up, some of those spikes are reaching as high as I'd say plus or minus 20 millivolts. So, yeah, when looking at noise with this setup, it's not really ideal. It's kind of an inexpensive oscilloscope setup. It's Digilent's Electronics Explorer board has a lot of cool features, but if you want to look at noise down at these low levels of voltages, it's not ideal. If I really want to do it carefully, the best I can, I should just feed this with battery power, at least eliminate the noise that's coming from the actual wall wart power. So that's it. Thank you for watching.